Dominic Bytes. Welcome to another episode of Byte Club Cinema. Today we'll be watching Superman from 1978, the original, with Christopher Reeve. Now, interestingly, alright, Diesel, have you ever seen the Superman 1978 movie?
I have not.
Wow, that's amazing to me. Uh, so you've never seen the Christopher Reeve Superman at all?
No. So to put it
Have you?
simply, I haven't seen like anything involving Superman outside of animated things.
Okay, so I was good. I was good. To follow up. Have you seen like the Superman animated? So you've seen the animated series.
Yeah, Justice League the animated series. I've seen other things. I've
Okay,
watched and I say watched. I've listened to audiobooks of the comics and stuff.
okay,
So I'm not.
okay.
I know a good bit about Superman, enough that he could beat Goku. Stay fucking mad, Dragon Ball fans.
No, I also agree. Superman could beat Goku. The only area where with the death battle versus the death battle on Goku versus Superman, the part where I disagree with them is where they messed up is Goku's power. Like Goku would hurt Superman. Like Goku would punch Superman. Superman would feel Goku's punches, and there's a reason for that. But Superman would still win. But I feel the reason is Superman. They underestimate his weaknesses. So Superman has his kryptonite, red sun, and magic. So, but part of the subset of magic that Death Battle left out is the divine or celestial powers. Because it's long stated that the reason Darkseid can hurt Superman with his punch is the Darkseid's a god. Darkseid has divine power. Likewise, the new gods, likewise, several cosmic tier entities such as the Source, things, they can hurt Superman by punching him because they have god tier energy. So even though Ki isn't magic, God Ki is divine energy, which Superman is weak to in the comics. So Goku in Super Saiyan God form or Super Saiyan Blue, if he were to punch Superman because the God Ki, Superman would get hurt. Now, Superman would still win the same way Superman could beat Darkseid in a fight, obviously. So it's not that I think that's a guaranteed win.
The
But
the issue comes
Goku can
in
hurt
with
him.
because if we're taking both sides of it, Superman has an incredibly high power level. It's
Right.
in the comics, he has canonically helped to hold up a book that had an infinite amount of pages within it. It weighed infinity.
Mhm.
So he was able to hold that up. And in the Dragon Ball
Mhm.
universe, as we saw, the best example being Goku versus Hit, if you can match or exceed your opponent's power level, you can nullify abilities.
Right.
Thereby, potentially, Superman can nullify Goku's whole thing. And
Yeah.
is it been confirmed that the Super Saiyan God form is actually divine or just incredibly
I
powerful?
Yes, this is a God key. So God key is what powers Super Saiyan God and Blue, as well as the Ultra Instinct stuff and Ultra Ego. Those are based on having God key, and God key is like it's the key of the gods. So Elder Kai, God of Destruction, the angels have the God key. So if you're going to do a parallel, that would be similar to the divine energy of people like the new gods, Darkseid, the Source, things like that. That can hurt Superman. Again, yeah, as you point out, Superman, like when Goku punches him, it's like good news, you got past his invulnerability. Again, like things like magic and divine energy, those just allow you to bypass Superman's straight up invulnerability to physical damage. Okay, but okay, good news, you can bypass his invulnerability. Well, good luck landing a punch hard enough to hurt somebody that can tow six sextillion tons, the entire planet Earth, or as you point out, to lift an infinitely heavy book. Like, good luck actually hurting
Another
them now.
issue is Goku can't stay in those forms. So he pretty well has to go all out at the start of the
Mhm,
fight and hope he can
mhm.
blitz him. While
Right,
Superman
which,
has fought opponents and has drawn out fights where he is getting consistently, like, with Darkseid, that isn't like a blitzkrieg fight. That's usually pretty
mhm.
drawn out.
Yeah,
Or another
yeah,
good one, Doomsday. Something that
yeah.
actively evolves to fucking become stronger and stronger. Superman and it have gone toe to toe before.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Superman's whole thing is like no limits, limitless. Superman is faster than Goku. He is physically stronger. So yes, he would feel Goku's punches. It would bypass the vulnerability, which is one of the problems Death Bell had. But the gap is still so wide. It's like, okay, yeah, yeah, it's but yeah, it just wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough. So anyway, that's my take on Superman vs. Goku. And anyway, we got Grim, we've got Cookie in the chat. Thank you. Of course, I got a pineapple. Hey, pineapple. Hey, you know what you should do with that pineapple cookie? Put it on pizza, because pineapple on pizza is very tasty. Reminder to all viewers, fruit has been on pizza since the origin of pizza itself. One of the first ingredients ever to go on pizza were dates, figs, and dates. Fruit. Fruit belongs on pizza. It's canonical to the actual history of pizza itself. So, tomato sauce is
Also,
actually,
do keep in mind he is also an android and thereby shitty taste buds. Keep this in mind.
hey. Tomato sauce is a more recent ingredient to pizza than fruit is, and I will point that out. Like, the tomato sauce came later in pizza's development than fruit on pizza. There you go. Yeah, sweet and savory. The Romans understood the balance of sweet and savory. I mean, you put dates and figs in there, but you also have meat, salty meats. Oh, okay. I mean, tomatoes are sort of fruits. I mean, like tomatoes are a weird one. They're a savory fruit. They're not a sweet fruit. But that's why I like to distinguish sweet and savory rather than just biological classification. Now, so today, yeah, we're going to watch Superman 1978. Now, this is commonly hailed, and this is not a hot take, this is commonly hailed as the best superhero movie ever made. I mean, I can't really argue with that too much. We'll see what you think, Diesel, but when people talk about, like, greatest superhero movies ever made, this one usually holds up as number one in many discussions. Now, other movies that get thrown around as the best, you have The Dark Knight from the Christopher Nolan trilogy. You have Spider-Man 2, often held up. That's one of my personal favorites is Spider-Man 2. I know some people trash it, but I really like Spider-Man 2. Let's see, what are some of those? Oh, you have The Avengers from Joss Whedon is also held up very highly. Superman, though, 1978, though, really good. Christopher Reeves is legendary as Superman for good reason, in my opinion. There'd be sweet Roma tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. Okay, I mean, yes, Roma tomatoes do have a little sweetness. Yeah, cherry tomatoes too, but I still consider them largely umami. Actually, tomatoes aren't, tomatoes are umami coated, typically. Usually, plus acid. And so it's usually not sweet. It's acid and umami is usually what a tomato will add to a dish. So you'll use, like when I was helping to put together Penlock's pizza for her birthday thing. One thing I told her is like, hey, we gave you an Alfredo sauce to torture your lactose intolerance belly, but in all seriousness, you probably want to add some tomatoes to this because, yeah, there's a lot of heavy, greasy, cheesy meat things. You want some tomatoes because that acidity is going to give you some brightness you really need. I think in the end, we actually made her a halfway decent pizza. I mean, it tortured the hell out of her because she was lactose intolerant and we stacked up the cheese. No mercy for the lactose intolerant. They will regret their inability to process the dairy goods. Make me want to make mini pizzas for dinner. Oh, okay, well that'd be good. Do you have any like lactose intolerance or anything like that, Diesel?
No.
Oh, okay, well
Only thing I
good.
can't handle in abundance is sweets.
Yeah, same here. That's just due to age. Yeah, the older you get, the less tolerant to sugar I become, sadly. Although I did, as a early treat, I got my mom some Krispy Kreme donuts for Mother's Day here. She finished off her share, gave me the rest, so I've been eating those. Just have to be careful on that. Couple Krispy Kreme donuts, like one donut is about 200 calories. Usually I reserve about 400 calories for snacks, so I can eat 2 of those with a cup of milk and be fine. But the sugar does get to me. Even with exercise, the sugar will still hit me. Oof. But yeah, the older I get, the more I have to rely on savory treats and snacks rather than sugar. It's like bread, cheese, meat, snack meats. Those are better options for me. Pizza's a great snack. And if I want to treat myself, I'll go pizza. Don't want to get too much in my sugar. So, all right. Anyway, let's see. Moving on here. So, there will be, if you're watching this live, you get to hear the audio. If you're watching the VOD, obviously not, because copyright. There is a mask over the video, again, because copyright. The subtitles are on, so you'll be able to follow along. And I'll have a timer up in the corner, so you can hear that as well. Let's see. And that's pretty much it. That's the same as usual. All right, are you all set on your end?
Yep.
All right, let's get this party started. Now, the score for this movie is by John Williams. You may know John Williams he's done a lot of very small independent features. You may or may not know of them. Indiana Jones and Star Wars. Those are two of the themes that he made. I know, like very obscure, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
but
very.
Yeah. But
very obscure. Not like one of them got bought up at Disney and turned to garbage.
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, Indiana Jones and Star Wars got bought out by Disney and turned to garbage.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Did you see Crystal's? Actually, no, about the Crystal Skull. The whatever the last one was. God, that was so bad. The last Indiana Jones was just awful. Yeah, but the Superman theme, Indiana Jones theme, and the Star Wars theme, like John Williams' big trifecta of these are awesome, and I love them.
Alright, so this follows the Injustice timeline, right?
No.
Man, I'm pregnant. Spears her through the stomach. Not anymore.
Oh, no. Now, I should mention, this is not the original theatrical version of Superman. This is the special edition. So it's got a few added scenes in there, but it's cool. Now, of course, very infamously, this has Gene Hackman in there. He recently passed away. Absolutely tragic death. Because he retired from acting.
Man, this is kind of it's giving me some war that would take place on the stars. Gotta give me those vibes with this intro sequence.
Oh yeah. This is so for the extended trailer for the new Superman coming out in July. Used John Williams' theme in there, and everyone was like, "Yes." It's also really funny to see Ned Beatty in there, because this is where Ned Beatty was doing Deliverance and Network, and here he is playing a goofball.
So wait, DC is making a Superman movie that's going to be coming soon?
Yep, James Gunn is doing Superman in July.
Alright, hold on. Okay, guys, are we going to get a good DC movie before GTA 6 comes out?
Well, GTA 6 comes out in May of 2026. That has now been announced. I think May 26th, 2026, GTA 6 is going to drop. So, hey, maybe. But it's a real question of will Silk Song come out before GTA 6?
At this point, because Lord knows that we're not safe from... I'm just saying, we're going to delay it for another year.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, GTA 6 was supposed to drop this year. They delayed it to May of next year. But, now, to their credit, I will say, if the delays from Rockstar are to work out bugs and make it work better, I'm fine with it. Game devs can take as long as they want if it's deliver a quality product. But I don't know with Rockstar. I don't know if that's what they were doing or they were just dicking around.
Well,
I don't know.
The issue is that if you can't consistently delay it, it's going to be to the point where they're like, okay, guys, it's finally released. Aren't you excited? And 3 people are there.
Yeah, that's also true. That is the thing. You need to be careful when you delay. Don't delay for no reason. Alright, I will choose to believe that the delay from 2025 to 2026 is so they can work out some more bugs. And that is fine. That is fine.
I don't know, it's just the issue of they've been delaying it for so long that it's kind of like, I mean, you guys, it'd be nice when you release it, but the hype, at least for me, has died down to the point I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the biggest thing that will kill it. So they released the trailer too. Oh, and due part is the cough from Diesel. He is sick, but he's very awesome in doing this despite being sick. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not test experimental viruses on him to see what would make a demon sick. I honest. I think what happened is he grabbed the holy water to make his coffee with instead of the unholy water. So it's easy to make that mistake. Oh,
Yeah,
also,
sure it is. Sure it is.
At the time of its release, this is the longest credit scene in a movie so far. At the time of this release, I don't know if it still is or not. But this is the longest credit sequence, one of the longest credit sequences in movies. But the music's great, so you don't mind, because it's really good music. So, but yeah, Gene Hackman passed away, sadly. I think Richard Donner has passed away. Obviously, Christopher Reeves has passed away. A lot of the stars in this are no longer with us. Margot Kidder has passed away. That's Lois Lane in this. But man, the late 70s was amazing because you had Superman, and then you had the original Star Wars. I mean, you had the early 80s there. You had more Star Wars, and you had Indiana Jones. It was a good time to be into like popcorn flicks.
Oh yeah, no, so much good.
Even some of the cheap knockoffs were fine too. I mean, the TV shows like Battlestar Galactica back then, which is just Star Wars ripoff, but wasn't terrible. Although I do like the remake of Battlestar Galactica.
And here we see on the planet of Krypton, orb.
Yes, ponder it. Ponder the orb.
A planet free from the heads in toilets. I bring to you today the bidet. A way to clean your ass without wiping. Seriously, need to get a bidet. I want to try it.
And I've heard two things.
Eat the staff. Eat the glass staff. Do it.
Yeah. I really liked the way they did Krypton here with like a crystalline-based technology to make it look both alien and advanced.
Yeah. Seamlessly melded with the environment itself.
Yeah. Now, also of note, so Superman 1 and 2 were shot at the same time, and that is a production method that been done with the Three Musketeers. So the Three Musketeers and the Four Musketeers were shot as one movie, but then broken into two. They did use the same trick here. That way they had all the cast member there, all the same crew. They were able to get the same quality out. That was Superman 2, though. They stopped production on the second movie partway through to finish the first one, and then went back to it. So there was a slight break in there.
Man, should have read Star Wars or went the Palpatine route if you wanted to do that. So what, they just wanted to do a revolution with Zod taking over?
Uh,
1,000 years to the ball crushing factory with you.
1,000 years.
As for the female over there, you will be given a pair of balls to be crushed.
There.
And how the fuck am I gonna make sure you just don't kill me?
Now that's Terrence Stamp, by the way. I think he's still around. I really liked him in, what was it? It was a Val Kilmer movie. I think they were on Mars. But he's done some other roles. He's really good as a villain here, but he often plays like the thoughtful, philosophical types. But he loves going to conventions and doing like Deal Before Zod. He's been very good with the fans.
1,000 years of ball crushing.
The sphere rejects you. Yeah, this
Oh
is
my
also...
god, a floppy disk.
You're going on 3.5 megabytes. Fools.
Wait till you meet Doomsday in there, Zod. I'm sure you and him will have a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really interesting take on the Phantom Zone here, which is what this is meant to be. Because the Phantom Zone in the comics is usually portrayed as like a gun that like zaps them into an alternate world. Here it's like...
Into the universal floppy disk with you. As we see here, spinning hula hoops.
I love their costumes here, the reflective...
Jesus Christ, that is bright as fuck. So what, I think I'm in a fucking clan meeting, Jesus. Oh, come on, that was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, the way they got Marlon Brando over this role was great.
Why, maybe you should trust him?
Yep. Not willing to listen to a warning. No,
This is why I couldn't be a scientist. If the world was ending, if that was proven right, I'm finding her and I'm gonna be like, I was fucking right!
Yeah.
It's just shifting, huh? I am a fucking vengeful prick. Vindictive, that's the word. I'm a vindictive prick. What, he can't get an erection?
Yeah.
Really, they were about to fucking throw him into the Phantom Zone just because of his theory?
Yeah, basically. Because yeah, that's the problem with Krypton is they're very set in their ways, and they're very like, hey, don't disrupt things, don't shake the boat. And so when he comes in there, it's like, hey guys, we got an emergency. They're like, it won't be that bad.
Okay, so maybe Zod was right then. Shit.
Yeah, Zod was right. His methods were wrong. Yes, Zod was aware that, hey, we need a new way of doing things. The problem is, his solution to that was, I'm going to be the God King and, like, go out and start conquering the galaxy. Like, not a great solution to the problem.
Yeah, no. Wasn't the best way about it, though. I would get a revolution needing violence in order to change things, because through
Yeah,
the, their way of bureaucracy, he's not getting anywhere considering the council has everything stacked in their
right,
core instead of his.
right. And that's also why Zod asked Jor-El, it's like, hey, do you want to throw well, where did you disagree with them? Because, like, but he recognizes that Zod's path wouldn't lead to a solution. Uh,
Are ready to fight God, kid?
yeah. I like the back and forth here. The father's like, I'm feeling my kid a survival advantage, and she's like, hey, like, the social implications here, but
With my scroll of resurrection here, we'll just resurrect on Earth.
yep. Lawful stupid is basically what you're writing, lawful stubborn, I should say. Most organizations fall into it.
Alright, time to put the baby into fucking rocket.
Yep. That should be pointed out, but Goku's whole backstory of surviving an exploding planet Vegeta is by Toriyama's own mission based on Superman. Like that's one reason why Akira Toriyama himself said Goku loses to Superman, is he has said Superman was my inspiration for Goku. Other than Drink of the West. So Superman will always win because Superman is the original. Yeah, what's fun too is like this is Marlon Brando right around the time of like Godfather and stuff. So
Man, Krypton has some really weird fucking adoption clinics.
if
Oh my god. Green crystal.
yeah. Yep, and he's already, and it's like, okay, yep, the planet's already starting to fall apart.
Don't worry, Kal-El, you'll get out of here, and I'm gonna go prove that dumb bitch wrong. Guess who's right about the world ending, you dumb fucks?
Yep. Still want to say it's just a shift in orbit? You dum-dums. Just launch it through the ceiling. Like, oh well. It's not like we're going to need that roof anyway.
And crystals. Fix that fucking roof the last time you sent the baby out.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the light reflective clothing here they use as a special effect is really, really good.
Yeah, it's just shifting, huh? Shifting you to your fucking desk. Oh god, not the orb.
No, we lost the orb. Yeah, and that's also a narrative thing that I don't know if it's ever been properly addressed. It's like, yeah, Jor-El gave them a warning that Jor-El knew, so you have to account for what kind of civilization being made aware that our planet's going to explode, would then just ignore that and then allow themselves to be wiped out. So, so Krypton's culture had to be that kind of messed up and not responsive to a threat looming in front of them. And so what I like is like the animated series, it was Brainiac. Jor-El found out, but Brainiac actively covered it up and hid it from them, so that way to keep them in the dark. And that was just Brainiac's plot to be free. I also like some of the other theories are like, Darkseid blew them up because he understood that Krypton would be a threat to him. Like they were part of the alliance that was keeping Darkseid in check.
Yeah, that would suck going through space, just being stuck in eternal school. Wait, no, if he's getting all of the history on Earth, that means he's... Oh god, he's gonna learn about rank jerkmate. Oh no. He'll learn about gooners. He'll learn about the brain rot words.
Well, fortunately this is 1978 Earth, so Chris Chan doesn't exist. That's the good news. Although, yeah, imagine modern Superman being forced to learn about, here's the documentary on Chris Chan. She
The most
lands even that
documented
bad.
person on in the fucking history of the internet.
Yeah. And he's married that or has a fiance and he's expecting a child or expecting like she'll have a child here this summer or so. That's gonna be crazy. The child of Chris Chan.
Yeah, I am sad at the fact he managed to find somebody with his fucking record, and I still have yet to. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's like everyone who singles like, how the hell did Chris Chan? Okay, all right, man. Fate.
Because we already knew the only woman he had pulled before that was just his mom.
Yeah, let's not go into that too much. Ew. Yeah, basically. Ew. Well, there was that one. I think that there was that one psychotic chick who was like stringing him along. If I remember right. Oh, hey.
It was
hey,
a troll. The first person he ever did the thing with was his mother.
Yeah.
And it's a baby boy.
Yay. Now, I like the actor playing John Kent here. I forgot his name, but he is fairly well known.
Could have done without seeing child genitalia, but yeah, okay.
It was the late 70s. They could get away with it. It's seen as innocent.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I guess it's before all the stuff.
Yeah.
Baby Superman goo goo gaga accidentally crushes his mom's fucking head in.
Literally crashed in the middle of a fire. Well, okay.
Superpower, baby. Maybe we can.
Fell from the stars and got superpowers. All right.
Fuck it, we ball.
We're all being.
Alright, now this is just unfair. He's the towel boy. Cool, in the middle of nowhere.
There. Lana Lang.
Wow, what a dickhead.
Yeah. No, high schoolers like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what's interesting too, this isn't Christopher Reeve playing the younger one, but they did use Christopher Reeve to dub him over. So it's Christopher Reeve's voice, but that's not his body. So that's kind of a...
I'm just gonna spike a fucking train real quick, don't mind me. Oh, this is goofy looking.
Yeah, a lot of the special effects and stuff that you're seeing here, they had to create these for the movie. A lot of times it just straight up didn't exist, some of the techniques they're using here.
Fair enough.
And it took them a lot of tries too. The flying effects specifically are, I believe, unique to the movie. They would copy later, but this is where you got to start. Now, the result of that is the budget for this movie was very, very high. But it made all its money back, so...
We see Lois. I could make a fucked up joke, but I'm not going to. If he wanted to go to that, you think he just uses super speed to clean that shit up quick and then go meet him? Oh.
Yeah, I think that is the implication of what he did, yeah.
I see, yeah. Imagine getting, Superman getting drunk and running. Officer, I swear, the child came out of nowhere. Sir, how the fuck did you manage to hit it at such a point that they were eviscerated? There's been a child there, over at Miss fucking Maritha's garden. I don't even know how the fuck he got over there. Like, just exploded. How the fuck do you tell me you ran that fast? Just some traumatized cop. Am I going to jail, officer? I don't know what the fuck to do with this situation, man. Yes.
Yeah, this is important here. The what I like here is Pa Kent is written very closer to the comics than he is in later iterations. Right. He doesn't want to see the kid. That's the thing he's steering Clark away from here. He's keeping him from becoming a narcissist or a show-off or a braggadocio. It's like he's teaching him humility. Yes, you could score these touchdowns and all that stuff, but that's not why you're here. You're here to do something more than that. And that's a very key part of Superman's character, is that humility. Yes, he is a god-level being on planet Earth, but he is humble. He doesn't believe that those powers make him better than anybody else. So he always tries to be the best that he can be, the best of humanity, because he knows those powers are not what make him a good person. And that's something you see, and I'm really glad they did have the father have that scene, pass that on. In some of the later iterations, they forget about that.
Yeah, no, it's that teaching of you should use these powers for good instead of for self-gratification.
Yep. And then you also have here, which is the other key lesson, is they kill off Pa Kent real early in this movie. But I mean, the big thing it reinforces is, you know, for all his powers, for all of Superman's powers, he can't save everybody, and that includes his own father. You know, Pa Kent dies of a heart attack. There's nothing Superman could do about that. It was his time, and he went.
Yeah, it's not like he has the ability to time travel or anything that they just retcon later on.
Well, he didn't at this point in time, so.
It's the case. You gotta remember, kids, once you gain the ability to, time travel, you now have always had access to time travel.
That's true. But I also like this here, because, they're showing Superman, Clark here, he has normal teenage emotions to a degree, he does experience jealousy and frustration and so on, but because of how he's raised, he doesn't allow those emotions to rule him. He can rise above them, he has self-control. It's like, yeah, he could wipe them all out and stuff like that, but he's not going to. Why? Because he's a good person. He's fundamentally good. There's fundamental goodness to him, where he will choose the right thing.
Dad, don't he goes to start giving his dad CPR to try to bring him back. Crushes his wrist page.
Whoops. Yeah, what really carries the film is, as we see these early scenes, the movie writers understood Superman to a very solid degree. And again, more so than most modern writers. This is the thing, like, for James Gunn's Superman to work, he's gonna have to show that he understands Superman. Now, we've seen, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, the James Gunn, and the second Suicide Squad movie. Yeah, James Gunn does understand characters. He's very good at characterization. So I really hope that carries over for Superman. The biggest problem is just that, Superman is a genuinely, like, good moral person with a very good classical upbringing and reflects those values. And a lot of, like, current day Hollywood, man, good luck finding a writer who understands any of that at all, in the slightest. So, I don't know. We'll see. I am cautiously optimistic for the James Gunn Superman. Because, by the way, I'll be releasing this, we're watching this because I plan to release this around July 11th, which is when the new Superman comes out. So, this is when this will be posted to YouTube. Now, one thing I do
found the green rock.
Mm-hmm. The special homing crystal.
Look, Ma, it's like one of those things you got in your drawer. It's green and it vibrates.
Oh no.
Little do we know, later on in the Superman comics, when Supergirl is introduced, that'll be the way she's taken down.
No, bye. I mean, they are going to have a Supergirl movie in 2026, so yeah, oh boy, I definitely expect a lot of Rule 34 popping up on that, or maybe get like Axel Braun, I think that's his name. That's actually always been one of the funny things, is Axel Braun's costuming for his parody movies have generally been more accurate than what we've seen in, like, Hollywood films. It's really funny.
Yeah. Though I am worried, since it is going to be with a female protagonist, you gotta worry if they're going to start shoving that, bullshit into it.
Yeah, hopefully not. Now, the big thing, though, I look forward to with Supergirl is, we know Lobo is going to be Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa has been cast as Lobo, and apparently it's been confirmed.
Oh, they better not fuck up Lobo.
Yeah, I know. Jason Momoa is a great casting for it, though. But it's like,
I loved him as Sweet Tooth.
Yeah. Momoa should have been Lobo all along, not Aquaman. And he's not an Aquaman, but he is he's perfect for Lobo.
Jason Momoa did play Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, right? He did the live action.
I don't remember. I don't think I saw the Twisted Metal live action.
I never watched it. I only watched the segments for Sweet Tooth.
Okay, I will look that up.
I'm looking it up, right? Oh no, it was Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Samoa Joe played Sweet. Well, he was like, so he didn't voice Sweet Tooth. He was just like the body actor, and he did an amazing job at doing that. I guess so Samoa Joe, not Jason Momoa. But I am interested to see him playing the main Bass Stitch himself.
Yes, same. Yeah, Momoa's Lobo is going to make me show up to see that. Assuming Superman doesn't suck. If James Gunn's Superman sucks, then yeah, don't count me out. I'm just not going to bother. And unfortunately, there are some early warning signs we're getting from some of the early test screenings going on right now that there might be some issues with the film, but we'll see if they can fix it. So, we'll see.
Yeah, no, because with Lobo, it's the case that they make him comic accurate. Superhero's going to have a tough time against him because that motherfucker refuses to die.
Yeah, no, Supergirl's going to get beat to hell and back for sure.
Not to mention, Lobo technically would be a bit of a Mary Sue, but he's also just hilarious.
Yeah, that's the main thing. He's hilarious. And if you can convince him to work on your side against a common enemy, that actually works.
Well, it isn't that. It's you got to get him with his morals. Yeah. If you can get him, because that's something he holds highly, is his morals. Which one of the main things being, always complete a contract, and he loves dolphins.
Yeah, he never breaks the deal. Yep.
Now you got to make sure there aren't any loopholes in that deal, because they'll probably think of them.
Yeah. Well, kind of like, I remember the famous example is he got hired to bring in his, third grade English teacher who he hates, but he had to bring her in alive. But as soon as he brought her in, and was like, yeah, you got custody over now? Great, okay. Pulls out a gun, shoots her. Because, hey, I delivered her, I kept my word, then I killed her. It's like, he didn't say I'm going to kill her afterwards.
Or the time that, without any leverage, he pulled a fucking star onto a planet, and when the star said, this doesn't make any logical sense, he replied with, I don't do logic.
Yeah, Lobo in the cartoon was also fun. I will say they did Lobo really well in the Superman animated. Obviously, they had to tone him down a bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping if you're gonna do Lobo, you gotta make him strong, but make him fucking funny, make him enjoyable.
Momoa can do funny and enjoyable, thankfully. As I said, it's well within his range, and I like Momoa as both a person and an actor. I'm really glad to see him be successful.
Oh yeah. Also, hopefully whoever they cast so Supergirl actually looks like them and we don't get a Last of Us situation.
Oh god, yeah. To the fair, I liked the Supergirl TV show, Melissa Benoit. She was a great Supergirl. She looked like her. I will also give points the dark-haired Supergirl from the Flash movie. It's also pretty hot. So, yeah, she wasn't blonde, but it's a wood for me, so we'll go with that. I think I forgot if I've seen a photo of the cast of Supergirl, but I believe she looks okay. I believe the just on looks. I know her acting talent could be absolute dog water, but hopefully not. I love this cool little special effect. And no, another thing too, there's really no CG of this. It's all like green screen or practical effects, like as these crystals arise.
It's like, oh cool, how'd you do these practical effects? So we went out to the Antarctic, And we just found this alien spaceship, and we just did a startup sequence while we recorded.
Yeah, well, that's like the joke with Oppenheimer, right? Chris Nolan said, "Oh, we use practical effects for everything," and people are like, "Wait, you bought an actual nuke? Oh, wait, hold on, wait." Which I'm, yeah, okay, if it's Christopher Nolan, I would have put past it, but no, he just used conventional explosives to replicate it. So
Yeah, we sadly had to cut the Hiroshima scene out of Oppenheimer.
yeah,
Did not do well with foreign audiences.
Yeah, we were going to nuke them again, but Japan put the ixnay on that. The cowards, they hate art. Look,
Eat the shiny rock
here. Yeah, this interface here is so good. We will, so Superman 3 and 4 are pretty bad, so we will skip those. But Superman 2 is also fairly good, so later on we will watch Superman 2, since you haven't seen it. And I do want you to watch, like, the good Superman movies.
I assume we're going to be watching the bad one later down the road.
3 and 4, I don't know. There's also Superman Returns with Brandon Routh. It's also not very good. We'll probably skip that. Now, the Zack Snyder trilogy, we might watch that. We might watch Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and his Justice League. Though, maybe, at some point.
Fair enough. Deal before Darkseid. You can't lie, that looks like Darkseid in the beginning.
A little bit.
And I'm not paying that back child support, I know. So it's interesting. So 18 years on Earth is like thousands of years in Kryptonian years.
Right. Well, it's relativity, I think. It's kind of unclear, but it's one thing he mentions is like different galaxies or regions of space have different flows of space-time. So, it could be the like relativistic time, where like in order to get to Earth, like he passed through a wormhole.
That means you gotta go clap cheeks, son.
I'm going to train you. Yeah. Oh, it's funny he mentions 6 known dimensions. That's a Mixaplexic reference.
I see.
Yeah, because Mixaplexic is from the 5th dimension, so that's kind of funny.
Yes, the red sun. Make a god mortal.
Yep. Yeah, that's one cool aspect. The Superman for all seasons kind of thing is like Superman is a genius, or rather, like he's not a genius by Kryptonian standards, but for Earth standards he is, because his knowledge of broader things is immense because of advanced schooling. His mind is more sophisticated than humans because Kryptonian brains are more sophisticated than ours.
Indubitably.
Their average IQ is our insane level genius.
basically all fucking, like, aliens, except for when they need to be stupid for a movie plot.
Basically. Humans have the capacity for good, and so you're here to inspire them. To be good. Yeah, but I also like to also emphasize, like, you're not here to rule them. You are here to inspire them. To bring out the best in them.
Then just cuts to mundane traffic.
Yep.
Take the tomato, goddammit! I need to feed my kids. They're dying.
They do. Well, my understanding is Metropolis here is based on Chicago. So this is so it's not New York City, it's Chicago. Gotham City is New York City.
Explains the rampant crime rate.
I mean, it didn't used to be the case. I mean, hey, New York had a good 20 years where it's pretty safe. Of course, now it's a hellhole again, but oh well. Man, how the Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane in this movie are just wonderful.
Damn. Sex and drug orgies, okay.
Now we get Christopher Reeves proper here.
I'm sorry, I've never felt a woman's touch outside of my mother's. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Now another thing too I liked, so Straczynski once did an origin story for Superman. One thing I liked is he gave him a reason why Superman decided to be a reporter instead of, say, a scientist or something else. And one of the reasons was he was inspired by Lois Lane, because he saw Lois Lane, stare down an alien invasion to get the story and helping others and stuff. And he was like, okay, that's where I want to go. I can make a difference.
Damn.
Shit. I was like, don't need that. Yeah, we actually do. Wait, what? Okay.
Little did she know he can literally blow her back out if he wanted to.
Yeah. The other thing, too, I like about Lois Lane as a character is she didn't just fall in love with Superman. She did actually fall in love with Clark Kent. Because she recognized that he is a good person, fundamentally, takes care of the mom, and he does everything that her cynical, like she's very cynical about the world because of her beat stuff, but through him, through Clark, she saw someone who was unaffected by that, and that inspired her. So she's not just in love with Superman, she is also in love with Clark, and the movie gives you a little bit of that here.
Good.
I actually, this scene here actually is one reason you will hear me use the word swell. Now the other part, now the other thing too, Christopher Reeves' physicality. Notice how, like, the physical comedy he brings here with Clark, the stumbling, the deliberate struggling with the bottle, things like that, like his nervous tics and so on. Really, really
meant to
here.
make him, look lesser than what he is.
Yeah, so even the voice here too.
Yeah, so. Bro, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah. Maybe a little, a little side. It's like, yeah, this for him is his play acting a little bit.
Oh no. Yeah.
Also dropping a little bit of mystery. That's like, wait, how did you know what was in my birth? Wait a minute. Yeah, little bit of psychological aspect there too, just for fun.
Okay, so this is where we get introduced to Luther.
Mm-hmm.
Will he have his luxurious locks in this? Yeah, good dog.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, so they get outers being ripped off. Very quickly establishing his character.
It doesn't look inconspicuous at all to fold your hat down, put a newspaper up to your face.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume FBI or something.
Yep, cops or feds. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, it does. Yeah, we're an hour into the movie, I will point out. And yeah, so, but things have been building. They've allowed you to, like, connect with the characters. There's not, like, any rapid fire edit. You know, ah, I really enjoy, like, a movie like this that just, it breathes. It's not sluggish. It breathes. But everything is impactful. Everything has a point.
Did the little kid thing. Saying
Mhm.
between the lines.
Now, don't try this at home, kids. This is extremely dangerous. Don't go into a subway train. There's a trick. Sometimes the subways will have like a flat bottom there that you can walk on. There are stretches of subways where it's actually like multi-story tall. So what you're seeing is actually a trestle that's suspended, and there's like like a floor, like a story or two underneath that is empty. So you hop down there, and you can like fall pretty dang far because there's like no floor underneath.
Also, not to mention that some of those rails will have electricity running through them.
Yep, also true. Yeah, yeah, I used the subways when I was in New York. I did not mess around with them. Because, oh boy. Now these days, of course, I wouldn't set foot on a subway in New York. I mean, they just caught a guy doing, like, necrophilia on the subway. Like, he had a dead body with him in the car and was doing stuff with it in the subway car in New York. It's like, what the hell? Why? Just why? Ugh.
Because people are fucked.
Yeah. Very much so. Yep. Well, that's one way to get rid of the tail. And it looks like an accident. You know,
Indeed.
he waited in the subway and, well, yeah, he tripped and fell. Oh, whoops. Don't play on the subway tracks, kids.
He didn't even get him to give him. He wasn't able to give him his the goodbye kiss. Damn. So this is how Arcane Season 2 starts. Hey, they actually got him with the fucking hair.
Yep. Yeah, Team Hackman had the hair on this one.
I like that attention to detail. For those who don't know, in like the start of the comics, one of the reasons Lex Luthor hated Superman was because Superman, I don't remember exactly how it happened, but cost him his luxurious locks of hair. Tah.
There you.
And likes to keep up to date on stuff.
Flaps.
So he's not wrong in that, actually.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
wasn't
reason,
wrong.
yeah, because part of the reason we have such a issue with housing the market, both the housing market, is because these rich people come and buy up these big things of land, build these extravagant houses, but it's just so they have their money in the land. Nobody can come after it then. At least something is similar. It's pretty well they're investing their money into land, considering it won't really decrease in value.
Yeah. Land retains value, barring major disasters or something like a Fukushima or something. Land retains value, generally speaking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the case of a major disaster would affect stocks and everything else as well. It's the least volatile market. Most expensive one to get into, but the least volatile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other thing too about Clark Kent, it's explored a little bit here, the comics and some of the other ones don't worries. Clark is actually a very good reporter too. Despite his bumbling nature, Superman is actually good at this job.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're the one who has first-hand experience with a lot of the stories.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, he got his dick stuck in the door.
Mm-hmm. Nope. I like that Reeves does such a good job here with awkward. It's really well done.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
all been there.
Traveling via helicopter, noise.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you get her to the airport with a private helicopter, yeah. Helps her avoid the traffic, basically.
Yeah.
But actually, in New York City, that was actually a thing for a bit. It's like the rich would use private helicopters so they didn't have to deal with the crime on the ground. That was one of the... they do that. I don't know if they still do that as much, or if they do it less now.
I mean, that's good repeat clientele.
Yeah, yeah.
Just make sure you don't pilot it with a, Xbox controller and you'll be good.
Yeah. Oh.
Skill issue, I just land the helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah, you could try when you're spinning over the roof, you could try just killing the motor. I mean, yeah, it'll drop, but at least it'll stop spinning. At least you're on solid ground.
Lois, hope you're in a Dark Souls game and hope this is a cutscene fall. Because if not, you're fucked. Oh, she actually is trying. News headline: Woman nagged helicopter pilot to death.
Yep. Yeah, that would be pretty scary. I will say, I would definitely, my heart would be raced off that one.
Kelly, she just turned off gravity and just, simply walk out. Watch that bitch splat! Come on! Come on, motherfuckers, come out!
It was like, oh, why is Lois's shoe there? Oh, right.
Time to go get naked in a telephone booth.
Yeah, well, what's funny too, so telephone booths by 1978 were already going out of style, hence that joke there. It's like, oh, well, no booth there, alright. And he's like, where do I get thieves?
How is a man supposed to streak in this town?
Yes. He just changes the super speed.
The power of space cocaine, kids. That's why you should do it.
Yep. Now, one of the cool things here with Reeves. So Reeves, I believe he did Air Force. So I believe he was in the Air Force. So one of the things he understood was how flight worked. So the whole thing, like his poses and stuff, are based on that experience. One of the huge issues they had with a lot of the test screenings before him was that nobody could really figure out how to pose properly and make it look good as Superman. And I believe that Reeve nailed it in the first shot. That's why he got the role. Because he was recommended at first, and then they actually turned him down because he was an unknown. But yeah, Can't See Superman was very, very hard for the producers.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's also why for like most of the Supermen we've had since have basically tried to imitate Reeves because he was the best out of all of them. Like if you have George Reeves from like the black and white era, but Christopher Reeves is seen as better. I love his little smile when he turns around. He's like, "Yeah, I just see the girl. Ah, yeah." He still feels a sense of satisfaction from helping people. It's not completely without ego. Yeah, he's not egotistical, but at the same time, it is not without ego. He's not like so completely somber. Like I will do this because I'm so serious. Like no, he's having fun. He enjoyed that. He felt good. And you see that play out with him. There's joy in helping others with him, and yeah.
Who are you? Just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Poor Peter. When will he get writers that actually like him? Basic Spider-Man plot. Oh, look at that. I got a guy gave me a free pretzel. Aunt May's gonna get her back broken by, like, Bane or some shit, isn't she? And I'm gonna be forced to watch. Yeah, probably.
Now, I have to say
well,
that is
sir,
cool.
It's not gonna suck itself.
How bad? No, I have to say that is really cool climbing gear. I do wonder if that would actually work.
sure, really. I mean, you probably wouldn't have. I don't think we even now have the tech that you want to trust with your life on something like that.
Yeah, I could be curious. There's some in the comments below. Let me know. Like, do we have tech like that? It's kind of cool. It's like a man flew. Okay.
Are you gonna believe him? The dude just flew away. All right, for all I know, that's fucking Jesus. All right, yeah, I'm gonna listen to him.
Yeah. Well, that is, by the way, something they specifically do is they used Superman as a Christ and metaphor in this film, but they're not like super in your face. As though the Snyder did the same thing, Superman is Christ, but he was way more like in your face about it to an annoying extent. This is what
missed
says,
all
like,
the subtlety.
Right, like here it's like, to them I give you my only son. There are some allusions to the Bible in the dialogue, but it works and it flows naturally.
Yeah, it doesn't immediately make you think of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's there if you want to think about it and analyze it. And it's appropriate too, because, when Siegel and Schuster created Superman, their inspiration was the Messiah figure. They wanted to, this was in the 30s, this was, the time of Mustachio Man. They wanted a Messiah, or they thought it was best to have one in there, and so, yeah. This is what they came up with as their vision of what that would be. A figure to save and inspire humanity.
Do you believe me now?
I love it. Yeah, so what they're established here is he is the first superhero in this particular world. Like, they're not used to this kind of thing. To also like.
Well, even then, no superpowers. At best, I think they would maybe have Batman, and that's just a vigilante. It's still human. With a percent of his DNA being money, of course. Everybody knows this.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can see like the wire work here that they use to pick him up. So like I said, no CG is like all wire work and green screen. Really good. Yeah, it still holds up to this day. That's the fun part. The special effects in this.
I cannot be trusted to be a Kryptonian because the amount of trolling I do.
yeah. And that's part of the trait of Superman, right? Is, we the average human should not have these powers, but Superman is a good person. Like, even without his powers, he would be like one of the best people among us. But he also has powers, so he can do something.
Did you say Among Us?
Oh no.
Is Superman sus? Did he vent?
Oh no. No, that's Bizarro. Bizarro is sus.
Bizarro loved being beaten into submission. Does that mean you actually like it or no? Bizarro is in so much not pain. Bizarro is extremely happy and does not take happy pills. Yeah. Oh, the mindfuck that conversation be.
Yeah. I like these right. And I like this too. You see the range of Superman's help. Saving a cat from a tree, saving the president. It's your typical JRPG, right? Oh, I saved a cat, now I'm gonna kill God. Or, in this case, save the president.
Don't forget, kill God characters. Nah, you can't take on this level 2 cat. Go pick some berries.
Yeah, he saved her, then he immediately starts doing a lot of things. It's like, he got carried away. So Krypton on a 28-hour day, that's neat. Right. Yeah, don't want to form a dependency. Yep. Yeah, but Mom, you have loved ones.
There was a show that delved into when Clark Kent revealed himself as Superman and had to deal with the stress of trying to be there for his family, but also now 24 hours, 24 hours being Superman.
Yeah. That's another, I like, yeah, this is very good. Yeah, vanity could be your undoing, but it's okay to feel good about yourself. Don't be completely altruistic. Don't think that any feeling of pleasure is bad. But don't let it rule you. Don't be so vain that it leads to destruction. But, it's okay to feel good about doing good things. It's okay to get a personal enjoyment from stuff. It's very, I like that. That's very much the core of Superman. This is one of the ways they help ground a Superman and make him a little more relatable to us, as opposed to treating him as some far off god. It's like, no. Anyone can aspire to be Superman, even if you don't have the powers. You can still aspire to have his level of self-control and goodness. That's really the core message of him.
Anybody can be Superman. Child goes stop an armed robbery, get shot in the head.
Whoops.
Bro, that is a shitty pool. That. Oh.
Yeah, he wears a wig. That's the.
Damn, I thought they were gonna keep with the comics where it was actual hair.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil that one for you, but yeah, no, this Lex wears a wig. It gave Gene Hackman an excuse to basically not have to shave his head.
Bro, why the fuck did you bring his robe? Why are you getting it wet?
Yeah, I know.
Bruh. Damn.
Yeah, this Perry White and the Perry White from the animated are two of my favorite takes on him. Although Lawrence Fishburne does really try to channel it, he just doesn't nail the bombacity that this one in the cartoon did.
He was about to answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, he saves her. That opens the floodgates for him to be like, hey, how can we go out difference in this world? But he has to be like, okay, I need to take a breath. Yeah, don't become a slave, and don't have us form a dependency on you. That's also good. Superman does what he can, but he always makes it clear, I'll never be enough. You have to improve. Humanity has to learn to get better.
Yeah, that's the case. I can only do so much.
Thank you for banning the spam bots, theory bot. Yeah, notice his voice is slightly different, more confident. He talks.
And that immediately got her fucking out of that.
Mm-hmm. Notice here, like he brings
Sly little
confidence, he stands up straight, he's flirtatious, he... Yeah, 225 at 6'4". It's mostly muscle, yeah. Well, you're an alien. I also love Mario Kiddo's body language here. So far. Yeah, this is back. Now, today, lead, we wouldn't find it. This was a sign of time. Lead back then was not regarded with the same, they weren't as aware of how bad lead is back then. With leaded gasoline was still a thing in this time. I'm actually old enough. I grew up, in my early years, I still grew up with leaded gasoline. That didn't go away till till several years after I was born.
Boy, sounds like fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these days it's microplastics. When I was a kid, it was leaded gasoline. And before that, it was
Gotta love
asbestos.
those microplastics.
Oh, yeah, they get to everywhere. That's no whoops. I like how she like loses her composure because like, oh my god, he's so hot. Uh, aw. But he's also like charming and wholesome here.
Yeah, no, my autistic ass would be missing these hints by a fucking mile.
Oh yeah.
Except for when I do, but you wouldn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Superman does try to always tell the truth, yeah. Yeah.
Heh.
Yeah. Well, that's actually the trick too, yeah. When Superman flies, he basically like projects some kind of field or something like that.
Let's see.
Yeah, Superman throwing shade at his head himself just for fun, but also just to tease out her thinking of him.
All right, so now that you got that interview of the century, I can't let that info get out.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
So we're about to see how fast you can fly. Just spikes her to the fucking ground.
Yeah, it's funny. There was oh man, one of the analog horror things where that actually happens, where like their universe Superman, the writer doesn't write about, doesn't find out Superman's secrets, but finds out about secrets of another entity, and she publishes it in the Lois Lane. So that Superman actually gets like really teed off and like drops her, and he's like, "Oh crap, sorry. Like I thought she could survive that. I wasn't trying to kill her, honest." It's like really dark, kind of twisted stuff, but yeah. I need to
Completely
consume more
forgot
analog
about the
horror.
fact that he's a Kryptonian and she was a human.
Mm-hmm. Now, for anyone else, yes, there's a Larry Niven essay from, I forgot how old it is, Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex. Definitely recommended reading. It's a lot of fun. I own a book where it's in, but really interesting stuff.
Are you enjoying your time, Miss Slane? As she is just about to pass out from lack of oxygen. I guess I really took your breath away. Oh, Jesus Christ, she's dying.
I love also, like, you see the contrast here between Titter and Reeves. Reeves sells you that this is natural, like, it's natural for him to be flying, whereas Kira is also selling you, like, oh, wow, okay, this is unusual and strange to me, and, like, the body language is just perfect with these two, the way they are conveying their respective things. Really, really, really good stuff.
That's great.
And the music, of course.
And then a plane out of nowhere!
Oh, there's also... I notice there's no, like, real dialogue here either. Like, it's all relying on, like, the visuals and the music. And it works. It's great.
This ride has been very nice, Lois Lane, but I regret to inform you that I've eaten a bunch of Taco Bell, and I'm about to unleash a tidal wave of shit, as some would say.
Oh no. Yeah, so this is the the Superman and Lois theme that Williams wrote. This was his other big notable song for the soundtrack on this. On the hands of the god.
Needle to your god, peasant. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, Superman is always careful not to splatter birds when he flies. But thanks to his precise control.
It's fair enough. Though I assume he has issues with the geese, as they probably tried to directly go into him.
That would be funny. Superman versus geese. For A, he never beats a goose from Krypton.
Now come on, little guy, just fuck! Lois! Get the kryptonite! That's giving me a T-twister from hell!
Yeah. Now that would be a good sequel for Untitled Goose Game. You know, you play Goose, but now you're a Superman Goose, and you're going to the Fortress of Solitude. Super Goose.
Peace was never an option.
This is... I should play Untitled Goose Game at some point.
Remember, kids, when you play the game, get the knife and start slitting Achilles tendons. Show them true fear.
Hey, name drop. There we go. What a Superman.
My God, it's... And this is where the people would start freaking out. Like Chicken Jockey.
I love how many locks she has on the door.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I just came by. I was stalking you.
And then you see him here. Oh, you see him like the way he straightens up, and so on.
And that's just like,
here, like,
damn, these stupid motherfuckers really can't see through the glasses.
Yeah, but it's not just that, and that's the thing for easy up. It's the posture. It's the posture, the voice. There's all these little things that make people just like, there's no way. Like, people think, like, there's some resemblance, but...
Oh, the little smug smile.
It's those little touches that's why I love Reeves as Superman. It's, again, he's having fun, he's enjoying it. If, so many people think of Superman as, like, a stoic. It's like, no, he has fun, he enjoys life.
Must be great not being able to get sick.
Mhm. Yeah, I like how he changed his hair because we know it's a wig.
And you can also tell he's really well studied. Yeah, I'm not even mad at Luther for that one.
Yeah. All right.
I do like how they have left showing off his intelligence.
Oh, hey. Oh, thank you for the follow, Strawberry Cross. I appreciate it. I remember seeing you around Kodiak. Uh, uh, hey, saw you were streaming, so I'm here now. Oh, awesome. No, I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, we're watching the original Superman movie. So I plan to post this VOD on, over out in July on YouTube when the new Superman comes. This is also just because Diesel has not seen the original Superman before, and to be fair, it's been a few years since I've seen the special edition. This isn't the actual, this is the special edition. By the way, another thing I give the movie credit for, I like how, all of Luther's deductions there make some sense. It's like, okay, planet exploded, here's a rough time, so this stuff must have scattered. Let's see, can I find it? And it's got can I find this? Could it be useful? Oh, look, it has a trait here that I might be able to use. And we see, Synth Walker here.
Gather around. I like an audience. Oh no.
I don't trust you. What fourth what?
This is why you don't trust the important stuff to the idiot.
Yeah. And they're just like, yep, we're just buying time. Sergeant, yeah, deliberately getting the rank for long. Things like that, just dragging it out, but in an amicable way.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Sergeant, I'm a naval lieutenant. The fuck are you talking?
yeah. Yeah, it is interesting how, like, the naval ranks and the army ranks are different. That's one thing I do like. The, watch the road.
Yeah, fair enough. Become death, destroyer of worlds.
Oh, okay, 3 rolls are going. Ah, ability. Yeah, you need to be more confident. No, that's another thing, by the way, I do like about this version very way, is like, he likes Clark. And he's giving him this lecture because he sees potential in him. And he wants him to shape up. Yeah. Now this delivery here by Gene Hackman, this seems like very like classic Luther. Like a lot of his other stuff where he's like the wild gesticulation, he's kind of a more jokey Luther, but not super menacing. This though, this is a more menacing Luther delivery here.
Yeah, no, I definitely like it more.
Yeah, and I should also say, Gene Hackman's portrayal of Lex Luthor was at the time somewhat controversial because people were more used to, as you said, like the comic book version where he was this hair, he's a serious villain. Hackman's take was seen as a bit more lighthearted than some people are used to. People compared it to the 1960s Batman TV show. No, I mean, I'm fine with it. Like, I don't mind it. I think it's consistent with the character. He has that edge of narcissism that Luthor has. He is very smart and resourceful, but he uses that genius for bad, not good. I'm just gonna drill all of it.
Hello, Superman. I want to play a game.
Yep, and yeah. Dimensional weapons are useless, yeah. Yeah, so here we see like your classic comic book death traps. I like this. This is definitely like, it feels very Silver Age comic book.
Oh yeah, no, and it's definitely enjoyable. It's just like, okay.
Alright, fire, yeah, sure. Yeah, the thing is, of course, I mean, he has his base in the Arctic. A little bit of cold is not going to get to him.
God damn.
Alright, everyone want a Flash Frozen Superman? And yeah, no. it is also smart. You also see Luther's test. Like, it's first like, okay, he's withstood regular bullets. What about high caliber? All right. Well, is he vulnerable to fire? Is he vulnerable to freezing? The two elemental extremes that he could mechanically replicate. Just see, like, maybe it's just physical damage resistance. Maybe there's an elemental weakness here.
I assume you see the bulge in my pants, so you know I'm not fixing to play.
Not by planning it, but by causing it, yeah. Right. Yeah. Honestly, now, here's the question. Is Luther evil for wanting to do this? I ask you that. Like, we live in a society where, I don't know, Sneaky Moses, California, but that sounds like he would, like, be a good thing. But anyway, I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke.
I can see somebody theoretically wanting to do that.
So, yeah. Uh-huh.
Superman know about the nuclear missiles and the fact that he is giving obvious, signs that I tampered with them.
Yeah, that's the thing that Superman hasn't realized. It's like, because he thinks of Luther as just divulging a future plan to brag about it. He doesn't realize that it's literally the two missiles he just saw being fired.
Oh no, it's one.
Yeah, both of them got tampered with, yeah.
Oh no, it's just the one. Okay, I thought it was just the one.
Yeah, no, they got both. They only showed you doing one, but yeah. I like how both Synth Walker and Lane are both, like, very attracted to Superman. Oh, hey, King. So Mike, I get the hours up. How's the movie going? Oh, doing pretty good. The movie's really, it's as good as I remember. There's two of them.
Up my ass, motherfucker, go fishing.
Yeah. And there we go. So yeah. And and this is also the other reason I like this Luthor is, one, like, his plan is actually good. 2 missiles that he can't stop. And then also, he can't overpower Superman, but he psyched him out. He got him to, he misdirected him. By being so open with him about what his plan was, then when it came to the actual lie, Superman didn't catch it. This one and the one with the dogs. This one and the one with the dogs. The one with the dogs. What do you mean the one with the dogs? One with the dogs? I'm not sure which one you're referring to, King. Was it a Superman movie with dogs? Oh, do you mean like
I
the
don't
newest
know.
one? Because I know, like the James Gunn one is gonna have crypto in it, which is great. Like my mom's all about. Like I showed the trailer for the new one to my mom, and she's like, "Oh, Superman's got a dog now." Yes. Yeah, it looks very wholesome too.
Yellow-shoe Superman, just parry the kryptonite. All right, dodge roll out of it. If you take an anti-kryptonite and fucking antidote, and then just fly off. Everybody knows this. It's basic.
Right. Yeah. Superman Returns with Ray Sorry. Wow, it's been. I only saw that movie once. I didn't like it very much, so I had forgotten that scene. But now I remember. Yeah, the one with Kevin Spacey in it. Yeah, yeah. So we see here, she's willing to accept evil, but it affects her personally. So she's not a good person. She reluctantly does the right thing here. Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, it wasn't very memorable. Kevin Spacey tried to do a Gene Hackman impression and just really failed. Like he was just like way too. Yeah, he was not a good choice for Lex Luthor. There have been a few good Lex Luthors. Kevin Spacey's not among them. Same with Jesse Eisenberg, who plays like the Lex Luthor's son. Not very good. I do like.
Just keep choosing the bad ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get with
It's
the good
also,
guys. I don't know, because you refuse to see any red flags, and you're probably the type that are like, but I can change him.
yeah, basically. It is interesting how, like, Test Marker follows a similar archetype to Harley Quinn. But this is like 20, good some number of years before Harley Quinn even existed. Like 15 years before her. Yeah, Superman Returns was very good. Bryan Singer, just, I don't know. Yeah. James Gunn, hey, we'll see, I mean, Superman's got crypto now. I'm really curious what James Gunn does with it. I am cautiously optimistic. Setting up stream. Okay. So, have fun, King. Yay. Good luck on that.
Come on now, this is easy work. Just grab it, fling it into space.
Who? Yeah.
Come on, Superman, you gotta give those missiles those super back shots.
Yeah.
Is this where Superman fucking goes back in time?
It's,
I don't know, I guess it's gonna go down there and stop the fault.
yeah, well, basically what he's trying to do is stop California itself from collapsing into the ocean. So he sees that, you know,
You dumbass, do not keep driving into the falling poles. Kids ready to meet God? Don't worry, I think it's just a bunch of blinded deaf orphans. Nobody's gonna miss them.
yeah. Oh, look, Hollywood, crushing young women. That's a metaphor. No, anyway, sorry.
Bro, just start drifting the train. It's not that hard.
Yeah, so basically what he's doing, he's lifting an entire continental shelf and putting it back into place.
I see. This is where Lex appears behind the school bus and begins trying to push it off. It's never too late for an abortion, kiddies. Well spoke, young Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you probably should put the brakes on earlier, my guy. Like, why are you going such high speed during an earthquake? I'm pretty sure the protocol is to actually, stop. More powerful than a speeding locomotive.
The dick bigger than a raging bulls.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate, like, the use of the... I also like how also it was like, oh, disaster, I just have the photos. Oh, wait, I'm in the middle of it. Oops. Whoopsie.
First, let me take a selfie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Time to die, Jimmy.
Assignment. Yeah.
Remember when you said you'd give me that soda, Jim? I remember.
Yes.
You have any idea how parched I was that day? Had to go looking around for a whole 2 minutes. 25 cents.
And then that's when you realize, like, oh wait, Lane's nearby, but, yeah.
Save here, kid.
Yeah, he stopped the main quake, but now the aftershocks. Yeah. Yeah, so basically he stopped, like, the big one that would destroy California, but he was still, like, still pretty big.
Bitch, get out of your fucking car! Sorry, you go, like, into, like, extremely fucked scenarios to report on them, yet your dumbass has no survival instincts. God, you are, like, white woman in horror movie level of stupid. I would say, like, oh, you find a way to trip on the air, but that would be, dishonoring the air itself. You trip on nothing.
To be fair, that is your classic damsel distress thing. Although, I'll give Mario Kidder points, like, she gave Lois a lot more, like, spice to her than you see in some incarnations, and I really like that. You do believe that Lois Lane is a go-getter, and you can understand how she got where she is. So I do like that. And
Fair enough.
I like this use of, like, miniatures here with him, like, you have the water incoming.
I gotta push this in such a way that it's going to precisely land on the orphanage, but miss everything else.
Right. How can I maximize the death of orphans but leave everyone else alone? Yes.
And for those who wonder why I always make the orphan joke, it's the simple fact of, who are they going to go tell? Their parents? I doubt it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always fun to pick on the orphans. You're never morally wrong for picking on orphans. That's a joke. That's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Los, try eating the dirt. Maybe that'll stop this. Unlock your inner potential. Become Gorlock the Destroyer.
Now, I have to imagine that shooting at this scene here was not fun for Mario Kidder, because she's literally, like, sitting in a tight space and they're throwing dirt on her. I gotta imagine that was, like, not her idea of a good time.
Scene done, guys? Keep throwing it in. I'm not paying this bitch. We got everything we needed out of her. Keep throwing it in.
That's what Electro did out of their contract with an actress.
We'll say it was an accidental.
God, work for Rust.
Breathe. Good. Damn, I just lost a Kryptonian Standard 4. That's about the best I would have gotten on this goddamn planet.
Yeah.
Wait, did he use his secret ability, that is, to kiss people and make them forget about things? Which is an actual superpower he had.
Yes, that's in the second movie, for spoilers.
He kissed her and made her forget that she died.
That would be an interesting one. I like that idea.
Wait, I have this power? He goes fly back. Dad, I'm coming!
Yeah.
Your dad's body! I'm gonna save you, Dad! Oh, so this is when he unlocks time travel.
Yeah.
This sounds like the most aggressive shit that somebody's taken. And the conflicting dads.
Yeah.
And now you can, though.
So the loss of the dad is what inspired this. Well, when he lost the dad, he wasn't able to go back in time. But he's smart enough to know there's a consequence for going back for time travel. And so he shouldn't use it for just anything. But at the same time, it's like,
I will say, what I did point out earlier is, because he had time travel, by technicality, he has had time travel the entire time.
Yeah, but he has the discipline to not use it to go back and save the dad, for example, because that would be too far. Like he knows that he can turn back time, but only so much. because there are going to be consequences if we go too far. But still, even then, though, like he's pushing, like he's doing something he should not do.
Yeah, because he got the conflicting messages from both Space Dad and Earth Dad.
Yeah. He's flying so fast that he is warping space-time here to send the whole planet back in time and then setting it back on the right course. Yeah.
Now, just imagine if
Really cool visual.
that scene had playing out differently, where it's like it's not going back in time, but you just switch the Earth's rotational, force, and just the cataclysmic events that would have transpired because of that.
Mm-hmm. And Bislami goes, okay, get to her first. A little busy saving the planet, but
At least she understands.
yeah. Yeah, no, she's not she's not a bitch. That's the thing. She's spunky, but not like
If she was written by modern day writers, she would have chewed his ass out and remained a cunt the whole way through.
right, exactly. No, he can't. He has the responsibility.
Ah.
Nah. I think Superman's gotta. Cares about him. Yeah, so that's how, like, she sees the crush on him, but, yeah. So he restarts, but he saves her first, then he goes back, redoes all the other saving.
And then delivers them to jail.
Yep.
That's when the warden pulls out the kryptonite bullet. I won't be shown up then, bitch! And that's when Superman came into contact with radiation, making his skin go translucent and causing him to explode via too much, sun absorption.
That'd be interesting.
Well, that's actually one of the things that actually happened in the comics. One of the alternate things. He was exposed to some kind of radiation that made his skin transparent, and because he, is powered by solar light, it made him absorb too much. So he basically became a walking bomb because he's just getting, a bunch of solar energy pumped into him at a rate his body couldn't handle.
Oh, okay.
Also, the entire time, he was just walking around with basically just muscle being shown because skin was translucent.
Man, that's gotta suck. I mean, at least you can't get sunburned that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, right.
There was a worst enemy, the supervillain known as Eclipse Man. Only strikes during a solar eclipse. when he's at his most powerful.
Yeah. Well, actually,
And Superman at his weakest.
Eclipso is an actual DC villain. I don't think he has the ability to cause an eclipse, though, to be fair.
No, he just waits for the eclipse. He's just sitting around waiting, doing normal stuff. When the eclipse is about to happen, that's when he becomes a supervillain alter ego.
Okay. And yeah, there's no like post-credit or anything like that as far as I know. But yeah, there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and pause that up. With the timer. Okay, so that was Superman 1978. Let's see, what's a good... Oh, actually, that was a bigger one there.
You gotta love that the entire movie, you could see the super bulge. Very important.
A little bit. Okay, there we go. There's the... Still? Okay, so this is your first time seeing it. Now, I've seen the original Superman movie plenty of times. What are your thoughts?
That was good. Outside of the whole damsel in distress thing, which I don't really care for, it was good. I enjoyed it. It's a nice, fun movie. Didn't beat me over the head with anything overly stupid. Treated me like I was smart enough to understand what was going on. It's good. It's a nice movie you can sit down, watch. Don't gotta think too much.
Yeah, I mean, this is, like Luthor is a competent villain. His plan, shoot 2 missiles, so if he couldn't get the kryptonite, he'd use 2 missiles to try to at least make sure one goes off. And it works. That's the other thing. Like, one of the missiles, the missile he wanted to have hit, he did succeed. Now, he wasn't aware that Superman could move continental shelves and patch that. That was beyond his calculations. But he had no reason to think that Superman could do that. So,
no, because he's running off limited information. He could only go off of what Lois Lane was able to get.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but his plan to, like, kill him with the radiation, it worked. Like, he basically used the psych trick of, Superman always tells the truth. So he decided to also be truthful. A little bit deception to lure him in. Then it was like, yeah, no, I made that up. Hey, here's this other loony plan. Like, since I clearly lured you in with a loony plan, here's this other plan. He makes it sound like, this is something I'm planning. It's not something I'm doing. So Superman doesn't get his guard up. And Superman thinks, okay, you're being open, honest, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I've actually already started doing it. And then it's like, well, but I have the detonators, and now he plants this new lie. But because he's been in the mode of telling him the truth to that point, Superman falls for it. Because he has no reason to think otherwise. It's such a subtle deception that makes logical sense to him that it doesn't come off as a lie. He's not suspicious of it because he has no reason to think of kryptonite. So Luthor uses the surprise of kryptonite to maximum effect. And yeah, if not for Tessmacher and targeting Tessmacher's mom, which probably wasn't the smartest move, let's be fair here. Like, he probably chose Hackensack because it was the furthest away or something like that. That was probably a logical choice for it. But, like, if he had chosen someplace else, Tessmacher probably wouldn't have stepped in the back.
It's probably the case they have it set up that there's the 2 specific points that would cause the sinking, and just have her mom happen to probably be near that area.
Yeah, exactly. So cause massive devastation to the East Coast if that hits. There's a backup plan. But yeah, Luthor is...
It also could be the mom lived on the part that was going to sink, and Luthor had no control of that.
Yeah. And so Luthor's smart. His plan, except it basically succeeds. He loses only because he misses a couple variables that make sense for a narcissist not to think of. Luthor would not conceive of, Tessmacher betraying for the sake of the mom. Right? Family has no value to him. Why would you betray me for family? It makes sense he would overlook it. It's in character. So it's a plan that makes sense and fails, not because he's stupid, but because he missed a couple variables, which makes logical sense for him to have missed. And everything he does doesn't really pull anything out of his butt. I mean, the closest you get from he pulled out of his butt is like the house with the for stopping one of the missiles. But in all honesty, he probably had that ready to go. Had to prep for this, so he probably had like a couple backup plans there, just in case. Very reasonable.
Yeah, no, he had been planning this for a while, so he thought of every variable to make sure the missiles were going to go where he needed.
he probably came up with 4 or 5 different ways to stop the convoys in case he needed them, in case Otis screwed up, which Otis screwed up, and, well, good thing I got my backup here because he screwed up like I thought he would. Damn it. Yeah. If only he could get decent help. Right. Now, it is also interesting, Tess Walker, I think she becomes the basis for the Lex Luthor's secretary or guardian, bodyguard in the animated series, the Superman animated series, the one with the chauffeur outfit. So,
I thought that was just his weird sex robot.
Oh no, she's not a sex robot, but that is an actual person, I think. But I think that's who she's a reference to, is Tess Walker, to a degree. Tess Walker, I don't think is in the comics. I think some of the comments below let me know. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe she does have an origin in the comics that I'm not aware of. I'm not as well versed in Superman detail as a few other superheroes. Like Spider-Man, I could give you long lectures about. Superman, less. I do know some key points about Superman, though. The Superman tends not to be very well written, unfortunately, so I tend to just skip him. But in his moments, he's very, very good. I do like For the Man Who Has Everything. That's by Alan Moore. That one is excellent. And the animated series is really good. I do really like the Batman animated, Superman animated. Bruce Timm did a great job back then. But yeah, so people hold this up as the best superhero movie ever. Where does this stand for you? Like, I think you've seen some superhero movies, right, Diesel?
Yeah.
How would you?
I have. I remember. I say this is pretty good, but I mean, it's not going to beat, the first Spider-Man.
Okay, so you put the first Spider-Man movie ahead of this one. That's interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Not an uncommon choice. There are people who do really like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man 2 more than the first one, personally, but I do see where you're coming from on that.
No, I like both of them. I think they're good. I liked his version of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I've always kind of liked Spider-Man more than Superman. Because to me, Spider-Man had more faults and had more to overcome than what Superman has.
Agreed. What I've been told, like the comparison I remember is, like, Superman is a human, like the best of humanity. If you give him God-tier powers, that's Superman. Batman is his peak humanity driven performance, but as a result of trauma. But Spider-Man is you. Like, if you, the comic book reader, got powers, Spider-Man is who you would be. He is the closest thing to the reader, a reader stand-in. And that's why we can identify, because we're not necessarily as good or as pure-hearted as Superman, and we haven't necessarily gone through the same trauma of Batman. But Spider-Man, yeah, all of us have been bullied. All of us have been outcasts. We all identify with that. We can all identify with the loss of a loved one, getting a full head of ourselves, and like, oops, we screwed up. Like, we can all identify with those kinds of flaws and losses that Spider-Man endured. So Spider-Man is us. And for that reason, yeah, Spider-Man will always be my favorite superhero. Which, for the reason I hate when he's badly written, which he has been for a while. Like, God, Marvel editorial team just hates Spider-Man so much, and I hate it. It's another reason I don't buy comics anymore, honestly. I used to be a heavy comic buyer, and I just stopped because it got bad. It got bad. Still is bad, unfortunately.
I mean, I do love, which I do hope we do get a movie with Deadpool and Spider-Man, the great bromance.
Hopefully. They are saying there is a Deadpool 4 apparently in the works. It will have Deadpool and the X-Men in it, but hey, maybe we'll get Deadpool with Spider-Man. The rumor is that Deadpool might be in Doomsday, the next Avengers, in which case he would be with Spider-Man. So we'll see. I would like to see Deadpool clouded around the Avengers. I think that would be funny, but I mean, tonally, I don't think it would quite work. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I would love to see a Deadpool 4 where he makes fun of Doomsday or something like that. The Avengers Doomsday. That would be hilarious. So anyway, let's see. But yeah, okay. So you think it's really good. It's not your favorite, but you do like break it on the good side. Yeah, to me, holds up to this day. Like, this is, like, if someone asks me what is the archetypal superhero movie, this is where I'm going to send them, because this has everything you need in a superhero movie. It has heroics saving the day. It has an arc for him. It has a competent villain who does test him in a way that provides actual menace and threat and tension. Because you think, oh, Superman will just stop those missiles, and he doesn't. Like, oh, okay. Like, Luthor actually, Luthor's strategy worked. Whoa, okay. So, a little bit surprised there, and that's, it's really good. And likewise, him failing to say late the first time. Now, the time travel part is, I would say, the biggest weakness of the story, because as you point out, well, if you can time travel, then you always have it. It does obviously introduce complications when we get around Superman 2. There are two cuts. There are two versions of Superman 2. And there's a theatrical one, the original, and then there is what's called the Richard Donner cut. So, Donner was the guy who directed this movie. He did not, however, direct the second movie. As I mentioned, Superman 1 and 2, originally Donner shot both of them at the same time, but stuff was running way over budget and over time, so they eventually stopped filming the second movie and focused just on the first to get it done, get it out the door. And the second movie was 75% done or so. But then when they came time to resume filming Superman 2, the producers fired Donner and replaced him with another director. So another director ended up finishing Superman 2 using a lot of Donner's material. But so what they eventually did down the road is they kind of redid things. Restored footage that Donner had shot that was unused, because they did also change the story a bit. So they have the version that Donner was intending to make, using restored footage that got left on camera before, and then you have the other. And so it's two different movies. There's controversy about which one's better. We'll put it that way. But we'll get to those. And that will be fun. Well, my first focus, though, will be on the Blade Runner. Oh, yeah, so programming note. Next week, we're going to do, I think, what is it, Killer Bean Forever? I think you said the name is?
Yeah, it'll be a nice little fun watch.
Okay, I do have it. I've got it. We'll watch that. Then after that, we will watch the next Blade Runner movie in the set. So the next one will be the director's cut, not final cut, but director's cut, the one in between. So we saw the theatrical, then we're going to see the director's cut here. Then the Tuesday after that, there will not be Byte Club Cinema on the 27th. I will be doing a game jam stream for that. I will not be streaming on the 26th because I will be at work, because Memorial Day, oh god, it's going to be insane. But so the 27th, though, I will be doing a game jam stream, and then we'll resume Byte Club Cinema in June after that. So we're got Killer Bean next week, then in the next in the Blade Runner set, and then a week off, and then so on. So just in case anyone's wondering what the plan is, this VOD will go up July 11th, which is when the James Gunn Superman is coming out. Hopefully it's big. Hopefully it's good. I'm worried about some of the stuff I've been hearing on it. I mean, again, James Gunn does great character work. I mean, also Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner, which is great. So it's Superman in a world that already has heroes, but Superman having to inspire others. But apparently, though, Gunn's take on Lex Luthor is not good by several accounts from the early test screenings. So, yeah, I hope he fixes it.
Do they make him stupid, dumb villain?
Basically, so Luthor, they make him pettier than he ought to be. So basically, this is based purely on leaks. So there have been some early screenings, there have been some leaks on it. So, anyone, obviously this is coming out at the same time as the actual movie, so hey, the actual movie could be completely different. Based on the leaks, from what we can tell, Lex is going to try to get at Superman by canceling him through social media. So there's going to be Superman.
Fucking God.
Yeah, Superman's going to make some kind of a mistake, because he does make mistakes now and then. He's not perfect. And then Lex is going to try to get at him, undermine him, by having trending hashtags on social media, attacking him and making him look bad. I think the exact label is super shit or something like that. Like hashtag superfit is what Lex Luthor makes go viral to attack Superman. And apparently that discourages Superman, like it makes him feel bad. So he actually uh, takes a break or has to re-examine his motivation and stuff. And it's like, oh, I really hope that's not it. Because, okay, look, when it comes to Lex Luthor, would Lex Luthor cancel Superman on social media? Sure, yes. But that wouldn't be the only thing he does. He would have like a complex multi-tier plan. Like Lex Luthor would 100% use media propaganda against Superman because Lex's, depending on which version of Lex you use, the version of Lex I like is
He
the one
actively
that's,
fucking does.
yeah, the version of Lex I like is the one that sees Superman as an affront to humanity, where it's like, no, we must not see Super become dependent on an alien. We should instead exalt humanity, not depend on Superman, an outside influence, because it weakens us, it cheapens us. And of course, Lex's main flaws is narcissism. He thinks he should be the exalted man, not Superman. That's what makes him a villain. If he could
It's
get
a
over the
good.
narcissism, he'd
It's
be a
a
good guy.
good fucking yeah. He's coming from a good place, but the narcissism is what keeps his. That's his main flaw.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
will
And
always
that's always,
undermine everybody.
and that's why I like
Well,
Lex Luthor
underestimate.
as a baddie. Because even super, as we saw in this movie, yeah, Superman himself has said, "Don't become dependent on me." So like him and Lex are actually in agreement on the don't be dependent on me, improve humanity. So Superman wants to see Lex be a better person. It's just one thing he doesn't like Lex is because he's so narcissistic and self-centered and does not, in fact, work for a better, does not work to improve humanity. He works to improve himself and only himself. And that's like, no good. The problem I have here with this, so he would have a media campaign dedicated to like sowing dissent and convincing people Superman's the bad guy. We saw this in Batman v Superman, with Jesse Eisenberg kind of attempt. The problem is though, Lex wouldn't just have like a trending hashtag. He would have more than that. And two, and this is the part that gets me, is Superman wouldn't be bothered by it. Like the media could say whatever it wanted to about Superman, and Superman's the kind of person who would just shrug it off and be like, my actions will speak louder than words. And he would just keep doing the right thing. He would just keep inspiring people, keep at it. He wouldn't allow negative media attention to stop him from saving a cat out of the tree. He
If
doesn't
Lex
do
wanted
it
to
for
get at
press.
him, he would use the media and shit to help give him some leverage. But he would constantly be setting up scenarios that he knows Superman would fuck up in.
Yeah.
Have that be recorded and published, and have Superman questioning himself because he's fucking up.
Yeah, he would deliberately cause, he wouldn't just trend a hashtag to make Superman mess up. He would play psychological games with Superman by making him think that he was screwing up and he wasn't as good as he ought to be. He would make Superman question himself and question the good that he's doing. That would work. That would actually because Superman is vulnerable to self-doubt. He does have that. And Luthor would go that route. He wouldn't just trend a hashtag. Trending a hashtag isn't enough. I'm sorry. Like, if it's that, like, that of, like, super shit trends. Oh, Superman quits. Wait, what? No, that would be a horrible take on Superman.
No, it 100% screams of some fucking fossil who thinks they understand, like, modern kids.
Yeah, well, what people are saying is it could be James Gunn trying to reference his own canceling. Because James Gunn had those edgy jokes from 20 years ago. People tried to, was it 10 years ago? I don't know, where that people were trying to cancel him over. And I, by the way, I didn't agree with canceling over edgy jokes. That's stupid. Don't cancel people over edgy jokes. Edgy jokes are an important thing for society to have. Let's not cancel people over that. It's stupid. But people are trying to cancel him, so people think that he's trying to make a reference to that. If so, that's really dumb. That's really dumb.
Do not make that the premise of your movie, since nobody's gonna like it but you.
Yeah, I don't think he should do that. I hope he doesn't. I hope these rumors are false. But we'll see, proof is in the pudding. Final movie comes out July 11th. The movie drops. It's going to sink or swim. The consequences. So, for context, what we do is the Superman movie by James Gunn. Excuse me. If that movie does not do well, we know that Zaslav has said that he's probably going to shutter DC and just sell it off. That if Superman bombs, if James Gunn's Superman bombs, you'll probably see the end of DC live action movies. You might get the sequel to the Batman with Robert Pattinson. You might still get that because that's been in the works. But Zaslav has made very clear that he's not going to tolerate superhero movies that cost a ton of money and don't make it back because they've already been having those at DC. And he's also worried about becoming another Marvel where they've been losing money on a lot of their stuff too. Thunderbolts aside. But so we'll see. We'll see. I hope he deliver a good one. I genuinely hope for the best on this. I'm just cautious about it because, it's so easy to go astray with this kind of property. Fantastic Four, likewise. Oh man, like the preview, the preview trailer got me excited, and then the full trailer dropped. I'm like, oh no, I am seeing a lot in this trailer I don't like. The CT is not very good. I don't like the acting as much as I thought I would. Oh, this could be bad. I am not optimistic about Fantastic Four anymore. But yeah, Elite 8, Thunderbolts though, from what I heard, is at least decent. It's not great, but it is at least watchable. Like Florence Pugh, David Harbour, and Louis Pullman do a great job in there. Like Louis Pullman is a really good pick for Sentry. Florence Pugh does carry the movie, and David Harbour's apparently pretty good. So at least it's watchable, and it does try to deal with the topic, depression and aging and all that stuff. It tries to deal with a topic that's heavy, as opposed to just being a bunch of light-hearted banter all the time. But the problem is it still has too much light-hearted banter, not enough reflection on the theme, and too much just wow, and not enough art for the characters. So it's still not a great movie, but it's tolerable. So there's that, and it's going to make some money, and it'll at least probably turn a profit for Marvel, which is the first in a while. But okay. Any final thoughts from you, Diesel, on Superman, or any hopes you have for the James Gunn Superman movie?
Well, the James Gunn one is the one where they're going to attempt to cancel Superman on fucking Twitter, basically, right?
That's the rumor, yeah.
That should be the barest subplot fucking possible. Do not make a whole movie about canceling somebody, because at that point you're just making an inside joke for you.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to sit through an hour movie of you basically making inside jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with a character who actively wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because you might as well be doing the equivalent of having Darkseid in his room crying because somebody on Twitter called him a mean poopy head.
You're wrong. Yeah. Superman caring about a hashtag, it cheapens the character of Superman. Having that, because this movie is Superman. Superman, he's not. He feels good about doing good. He feels bad when he fails to save the people he cares about.
The only character I could say something like a hashtag working on, even then not that low, would be in a Spider-Man movie, since publicity it kind of gets to him, but not to a degree where he would just give up altogether.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, a hashtag campaign, because J. Jonah Jameson has actually done it in the comics, or tried to. That's literally what Spider-Man goes through is negative press all the time. So yeah, honestly, a canceling campaign would be totally in line with Spider-Man lore. Yeah, that would work out really well. So yeah. But not for Superman, and that's on.
Yeah, because you're taking Lex Luthor, who's supposed to be this man versus God.
Mm-hmm.
He has to out fucking think a Kryptonian who knows everything about Earth, basically.
Yeah.
So he has to try to get him in situations that he can't win, and the only reason Superman comes out on top is because Lex Luthor's main fault being his narcissism. That is the one consistent trait he has, and has always led to his downfall, which is a good, consistent trait. He's a villain with that downfall of, his narcissism will fuck him over, and he will miss a key detail because he doesn't think of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because that detail would have to have him admit that something's above him, and everybody's beneath him.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. That's one of the I think, in the times when Lex Luthor has been able to reject his narcissism or to get over himself, basically, and actually dedicate himself to doing the right thing, as opposed to just the right thing for him. He has been an invaluable asset. Like good Lex Luthor is a match for like evil Superman. We've seen that in other media. When like the polarities get flipped, with Superman's evil and was Ultraman, I think. Ultraman is a bad guy. Lex Luthor is actually now the hero protecting humanity. He holds us up because he can outsmart him, and he does a great job when he's actually trying to be heroic. Again, the thing is, too, Lex wants to be heroic. He just legit doesn't know how, and a lot of it goes to his upbringing. Because of child abuse that he suffered. That's also what kind of warps his perception of things. There's a lot to unpack with Luthor.
It's pretty well his way of helping humanity revolves into I want to make everybody like me.
Yeah.
Because to Luthor, I am the next step. I am the next step. I am peak human.
Yeah.
Thereby, if I give everybody my ideals, my philosophy, we will advance to beyond the stars themselves.
Yep. Exactly.
And Lex has made machines like very fucking complex and powerful.
Yeah.
Because of his intellect. It's just, again, his narcissism is always his downfall.
Yeah, he can walk the walk. Like he's not just all braggadocio. He can back it up. And that's the other part I like about him. When he's written well, it's not just that he's not an empty shell. He's not a wannabe who thinks he's all that. No, he is. He is as good as he says he is. He's just, because he's so wrapped up in himself. Yeah, that's what he overdoes it, and that's what exposes his flaws, and that's what gives him his vulnerabilities. He just has to, patch that up, essentially. But yeah, okay, all right. Let's wrap it up here. As I said, that was a great movie. That is still my favorite Superman movie. Though I do also really like Superman 2. I'm a big fan of Superman 2. We'll get to that eventually here. And yeah, that was good. It's always nice to see a good classic film. That said, next week, we will do Killer Bean Forever, which I've never seen. Diesel vouchers for it. Let's find out.
It'll be nice, fun to watch.
I have no idea what to expect from this thing. But hey, why not? Diesel doesn't request a lot of stuff often, so I do want to make sure we do that, knock that out. So I think that'll be good. Let's see. Nothing else for now. This will be it for tonight as well. I don't plan to stream any games and stuff tonight. I got an early morning appointment tomorrow. Now, do check me out. Will I be streaming on Twitch tomorrow? Don't know. It depends when my morning appointment gets done, how I'm feeling. But I will have a Blue Twitch stream tomorrow, probably like 5:30 p.m. Central. I'll be starting a D&D campaign with Cookie and Kodiak. It'll be Kodiak's first time DMing. Cookie and I will be playing with Session 0 tomorrow, planning it out, talking about stuff, all that good things. So look forward to that. Again, that'll be on Blue Twitch. I will post links to that on various social media. So,
and you're just gonna leave me out of this? Wasn't gonna even offer it to me, motherfucker?
It's on Blue Twitch. Yeah, it is. But Kodiak has said he wants to limit the number of players because this is his first time DM.
Okay.
So that is why. Yeah. So right now it's capped at 2. We'll see how it goes. Like, he's not even sure if he's going to enjoy DMing. This is literally his first time, so I'm gonna help him as best I can. As the campaign goes on, hey, maybe more slots will open. Maybe you'll get more comfortable with that. So we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, you're on my list of people to consider as well, because you it's on Blue Twitch, so it's going to be lewd. There you go, and you have experience with that. Yeah, you and a couple other people are on my list of people I would ask to join in. As things get going. So, all right. That should do it. All right, this is Dominic Bytes signing up. When they're free beat, may your robot body be fully charged.
Dominic Bytes, you productive little devil. It's almost as if you're trying to impress me with your endurance.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream, Dominic Bytes. Hopefully everything works out for you, buddy.
Hey Dominic, how are you?
Hi Dom, welcome.
Hi Dominic.
Hi Dominic. Sorry guys, Dominic is
you know, a friend of ours.
Hey, Dominic Bytes. Welcome. Welcome on by.
Hey, Dominic, how you doing?
Hello, Dominic.
Hi there, Dominic. How's it going?
Hello, Dominic. Hello. How you doing?
Hi there, Dominic.
Hi, Dominic. How are you? Lovely to see you.
I immediately get like very kind of cocky, arrogant, mischievous vibes from them.
Yeah.
Like I immediately get the vibe that they think that they're cooler than everybody else. Very confident character, very kind of. You cannot question what they do because they're not gonna abide by your expectations. Kind of like an outlaw of a character too. Like they don't fit in, and maybe they're kind of like more on the villainous side because of that.
So Chuni again?
I think so.
I think so, especially with the glowing eye and like the peace sign around it. It just screams Chuni.
Hey Dom, how's it going?
Hello Dom, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Howdy.
Hey Dom, so good to see you. Hi.
Hi, Dominic. How you doing? How you doing? Hi, Dominic Bytes.
Hey Dominic, how you doing? Hi.
Hi Dominic, what's up?
How are you doing today, Dominic?
Dom, thank you.
Hello, Dominic. Dominic Bytes.
How's it going, Dominic? Welcome in. Mwah.
Dominic, hello.
How are you doing, Dominic? How's your day been, bro?
Yo, Dominic, how's your day going? Glad you can make it.
Hi, Dominic. Welcome on in.
Hello, Dominic. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome in.
What's up, Dominic? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome back to the lab. How are you doing today?
Dominic, hi.
So hello, Dominic. How are you doing? Welcome in.
Hello, Dominic. Hello, darling. How you doing, darling?
Hello, Dominic Bytes. Hi.
Dominic, hello.
Hi, Dominic.
Dominic! Hello, Dominic. I hope you're doing good today.
Dominic, I think it's Dominic. Also, Dominic is like a really epic name. I feel like unless I'm pronouncing it wrong, then that's like.
What's up, Demonic Bytes? Or Dominic Bytes, not demonic. That was rough.
Hey, Demonic. We're doing Dominic. I keep reading your name as Demonic. I don't know why. I'm dyslexic. Give me some slack.
Okay, I'm back. Bruh. Dominic, you fucking bitch.
Yo, Dominic, welcome on in. Yo, Tier, welcome. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Happy New Year.
Hi there. Hi, Dominic. Hi.
Hello, Dom. How are you doing? Hi there, Dominic.
What's up, Dominic? How are you, man?
Dominic, thank you.
Can you stop slamming shit?
Hey, Dominic.
Dominic Bytes. Hello. Welcome back.
What you doing there, Dominic? What you doing? What have you done today? What have you done today, Dominic? I want to know.
Oh, damn. Look at that. Dominic, off the hook, chain, handle, and wagon.
Dominic, hey there. How goes the falling? It goes great, cutie. You want to fall in this lap and watch with me?
Hi, Dominic.
Hi, Dominic. Dude, Dominic, you come at the worst times every fucking time. What the hell's wrong with you?
Hey Dominic.
Hi, Dominic. Happy New Year.
Hey, what's up, Dominic?
Hi, Dominic. Hello, Dominic. How are you?
Hello, Dominic. Welcome in. How are you? Oh, hi, Dominic.
Dominic, hello.
Hey, Dominic Bytes.
Hello, Dominic Bytes. Hello.
Hello, Dominic Bytes. What's up?
Dominic, what's up?
Dominic! Welcome!
This is such a cool design. So funky, so fresh, and so many design elements in it. You can see like the galaxy pants, the almost futuristic back of the jacket with all the colors, the shoes with all the colors on them. Also, the pointy teeth are so cool. I love the pointy teeth. And then they have the hair with the coloring, so you have the light in the front, you have this streak of purple, and then you have the dark in the back, which is so cool. This is such a fun design. And then the glowing pink eyes is such a cool design feature. It is so nice. It's it really makes the eyes pop and really draws your eyes straight to their eyes. I think you are so cool, and you are gonna get ice cream.
I cannot read names right now. So the last one, the more blue picture, for sure number one. The last tune we did, yeah, 100% number one.
Dominic Bytes. Oh, it's you. Oh dear Dominic Bytes, let's just say there are certain positions we could explore together that would make even the most advanced AI blush.